Hi, Abraham. Thank you for talking with me. I love the intention that you brought up earlier about moving forward to a newer understanding and new opportunities for understanding for me. I have so many questions, it's hard to zero in on one, but I think I'll just pick from the group and ask accordingly. There's one concern that I've had about being disconnected at times from source energy. And I really love the connection that I have, and I know how valuable, I value it above everything. What I'm concerned about is if I'm at a certain level of focus that I would say is out of alignment, I know that I don't have that connection with the universal energy and universal understanding, and I love having that connection all the time.
But as you say, most of the time I'm well connected.
Yes.
That soothes it right away. We'll use Jerry as the example again. So he is checking the oil, and it is a sort of uncomfortable place that he is doing it. And he has a shirt that he doesn't want to get oil on, and he is always irritated that the place they put this thing is all but impossible to get to.
Right.
And so the contortions that he's bought many little implements, none of which work. And so his thoughts are sort of where he left them about that. So he has some negative emotion that comes up under these conditions. Now, he has the option right then and there, or even before he got there, of doing something about that so that he's in a place not of resistance but in a place of connection. But he's got to put the oil in. They're wanting to keep a deadline. He doesn't take the time to do that. So no problem. As we always say, if you've got some negative emotion that's letting you know that you're out of alignment and you don't do something to come back into alignment, don't worry. It will get bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And so his concern about a little bit of oil manifested into something impressive.
Yes.
And here's the thing that we're wanting to get at. You could, at an early subtle vibration, clean it up and not have any negative experience.
Mm-hmm.
You could fill your life with only positive experiences. Mm-hmm. But if you don't do that, as you often don't, and the dominant thought that is within you continues to attract accordingly,
mm-hmm.
all that happens is you get yourself into a greater contrasting experience that gives birth to a more powerful rocket of desire, which means if you have the willpower to align to the more powerful rocket of desire, you're in a growth experience. You are beyond where you would have been otherwise. What we are saying to you is you can't lose in this. You can bring yourself back into vibration little by little by little and have a smoother experience, or you can bring yourself back into vibration on stronger rockets.
Yes.
When we poll the energy of Jerry and Esther, and we do it constantly, we would say neither one of them really would have wanted to give up yesterday. Mm-hmm. All in all. In other words, logic says, oh, it would have been a much better thing if he just thought to put the oil cap back on to begin with. But we have to say to you that a whole lot of other very good things have come out of it that will serve them for a long, 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 long time.
Yes.
You see? And we have never seen an experience in your human experience that is other than that. And that's the reason that we say to you so emphatically so often, you don't ever get it done and you can't ever get it wrong. In other words, it just continues to be an expansive experience. And we want you to start relaxing and enjoying and laughing. Something that we feel from so many of you in so many situations is you are so quick to move into a feeling of self-doubt and self-blame. You are so willing to see yourself as imperfect because of something that you have done. And we want so much to say to you, get over it. Mm-hmm. Get used to your imperfection. We are all imperfect beings continuing to expand. In other words, we want you to reach faster for self-appreciation or self-forgiveness. We want things like this to be funny to you. We don't care if you leave the oil off, or if you get run over by a truck, or if you get some disease in your body, or if your empire crumbles, or if the stock market crashes and you lose all your money, or if your wife leaves you, or if your husband leaves you. We don't care if your kids don't talk to you. In other words, it doesn't matter how tragic the event seems or how much wrongdoing you feel. We want you to not jump so quickly to that feeling of wrongdoing. We want you to be happy about who you are no matter how badly someone else thinks you have screwed up.
Okay. Then will you help me with an area of dominant intention? It's like a conundrum. It keeps going around and around for me, and yet here is this devastating issue that I had occur, and yet everything else is going great. I built my new office, my business is going great, my marriage is going great, and underlying is this, there's this one area of dominant, it is dominant.
That one area that we want you to focus upon, because what is always at the heart of it is, for some reason, I'm holding myself apart from well-being, and almost without exception, it's some deservability issue. We think that this contrast, which serves you so well, because without it, there could be no expansion, and there could be no exhilaration, there could be no rockets of desire, there could be no life force. That same interaction with contrast is the same thing that little by little, sometimes, in fact often, erodes your own sense of perfection, your own sense of, I really deserve well-being because I really am an embodiment of well-being. And
Yes.
That's the thing that we keep wanting you to come back around to no matter what, is looking at everything that is going well and acknowledging the reason that I'm allowing it to this degree is because I'm allowing it to this degree, and I could allow it to a further degree. Mm-hmm. When we talk about deliberate creation, people think, I got to control my thoughts, and as I control my thoughts, then I can attach to this good thing, or I can attach to this good thing. And then we began talking about the art of allowing, wanting to bring you all back around to this awareness that well-being is a stream that is flowing to you, and how much of it are you letting in? How much of it are you utilizing and letting in? And if there is anything in your experience that is this underlying thing, as you're describing it, that feels like it's something that is not going right, it's because you are wanting to lie in your bed more and release more of whatever it is that is troubling you. And you don't have to know the why of it. You don't even have to know what it is. You just have to lie there and reach for relief and find it. Mm-hmm. In other words, when you lie there and say, I'm just going to let this anxiety lift off of me. I don't know what's caused it necessarily, and I don't know why I've had it for so long. I don't even know when I began to pick it up. But right here and now, I'm just going to do my best to let it go. I'm just going to let it go. That's why so many people teach breathing. It's why they teach yoga. There are endless exercises because it gives you something to focus upon that's off that subject, that is an exercise of just releasing and letting go. And now we're wanting to help you to take it just a step further. Please. By saying, put conscious words to it. I am really fine as I am. There is nothing that I need to do here. Nobody's asking for me to prove anything to anyone. There isn't anything that I need to do about all of this. Jerry Nestor's daughter, Tracy, gave birth to a little girl a week ago.
Oh, she did.
She is in San Antonio, and Jerry and Esther were in San Diego at the time. And so as Esther is hearing that it is beginning, and Esther is sort of impatient, sort of fretful feeling, knowing that she should not be, but just the same, sort of feeling it coming over her. And then she laughed as we said to her, Esther, if there has ever been anything that you do not have anything that you need to do about, this must surely be it. Mm-hmm. She was tensed as if she could help give birth. And we see so many of you doing this about so many different things. It's like you need to get in on it with your struggle.
Right.
And we say, there's nothing for you to do. Universal forces are in motion. Things are unfolding. Your work is to relax and allow, to relax and allow, to relax and allow, you see. No matter what. No matter what. There is nothing that steps outside of that. There's nothing more important than to relax and allow. Nothing. Not one thing ever. As Jerry stood in that place of discomfort, not wanting to get oil on himself, really wanting it to be an easier experience, those thoughts and those feelings tied into hundreds of thousands of past thoughts and experiences on lots of different topics. So as he's having that moment in time, it's not just as simple as it seems. None of your moments in time are as simple as they seem. So to even think about going back and retracing the steps, to even thinking about going back and fixing the thought or finding where the thought first started. You couldn't even begin to find where the thought first started. They have so many tentacles. So as you stand here and in your segment intending, you say, I'm going to relax. I'm going to focus upon something that I know has a dominant vibration that feels good. It only takes a second or two to come into full alignment once you understand that that is all that's required. So what keeps tripping so many of you up is that you come into alignment, then you step into a thought that takes you back. In other words, that happened to Esther. She laid in the bed this morning when she awakened, brought herself into perfect alignment. Then she took a bath and took the stopper out of the tub, which reminded her of that experience, which took her to the moment. The reason she liked this stopper so much is because it would not have come apart. It would not have ended up in the crankcase. It would not have been that experience of trauma getting it out. And then, just from that reminder, she was not in the place even that she'd brought herself to yesterday, and she was certainly not in the place that she'd brought herself to that morning, until she sat and deliberately brought herself to a better feeling place again. Do not be hard on yourself about the vibrations that you've been practicing, or the vibrations that have been shown to you, or the rivers of vibration that surround you. And don't be upset about where you're vibrating. Feel about it just like you would when you are dialing through a radio. Don't like this, don't like this. In other words, here Jerry and Esther are, they teach the science of deliberate creation, and they didn't get the sound right. Is it any really big deal? Did they mold it into place? Did the ideas keep coming? In other words, is it the end of the world? Do you think less of them? Maybe you do. Should they care? Not at all. You say. Good. Nothing is more exhilarating than to be deliberately thinking thoughts and then to get to acknowledge universal forces coming into alignment in order to satisfy in manifestation that which you have been deciding or that which you've been practicing in your mind. It's great fun to practice the art of mind control. But we don't like the word control because it puts you into this place of thinking that it is something that is hard to do. And so we thought that bringing it to you in this way, where you can understand that whatever your dominant thought is what is manifesting, and you get to little by little by little by little by little change the dominant thought, then there is nothing that you cannot easily be or do or have now that you know the process. So, if something doesn't turn out the way you want it, let your words to yourself and maybe to anybody who understands who's around you be, my dominant thought must be in opposition to what I really want. Isn't that nice to know? My dominant thought must be in vibrational opposition to what I really want. Somebody should do something about that. And the only one who can is you. It's not somebody else's fault. You get to choose it all. Everything is about the way you feel, and you get to choose the way you feel. You can choose to be traumatized, or you can choose to be entertained. You can choose to be terrified, or you can choose to be inspired. You get to choose it all. When you say ask and it is given, you could not speak more perfect words. When you ask with your vibrational outpouring, it is given every time. But your dominant thought has to be in alignment with what you're asking for in order for you to be the receiver of it. So, how many dominant thoughts might you have? Can you have a dominant thought relative to your body, and another dominant thought relative to your relationship, and another dominant thought relative to oil field caps, and another dominant thought relative to beasts, or relative to economy, or relative to your own personal economics? Do you think that you have, through trial and error, picked up some preferences or beliefs? You have, haven't you? And some of them match your desire, and some of them don't. Those that match your desire, let them be. Let them continue to let those thoughts that are already a vibrational match to that which you desire, let them continue to delight you in the manifestational way that they do. And then go to work, if you want to, on changing the vibrational nature of anything that isn't just the way you want it. It's not complicated because on a daily basis, things that you desire pop up over and over and over again. So we believe that if we were to pass out a questionnaire and say to us, give us the 5 things that you want most, you would have no trouble identifying the 5 areas. And what we are wanting you to hear is that within those 5 areas, there are usually 5 dominant thoughts that are somehow a little off-kilter from the vibration of your true desire. And that's what the nature of this workshop is, to make them one and the same. Good. You're ready to go? You have some things you want to talk about? You have some things you want to talk about.